In a world where peace is fragile, where alliances dissolve within months, and where a single missile can alter the fate of nations, military strength isn't just a number, it's power, it's deterrence, it's the line between survival and chaos. My name is Ethan Cross, and today, based on intelligence data, defense reports, and strategic analysis, I reveal the 10 most powerful armies in the world in 2025, not by propaganda, but by reality. Before revealing the ranking, I need to explain, how do we measure military power? It's not just about how many soldiers a country has. An army of 1 million poorly trained troops can't defeat a force of 100,000 with cutting-edge technology. That's why we use 7 objective criteria, based on the Global Firepower Index, (SIPRI), and reports from the Pentagon and NATO. Firepower, tanks, artillery, missiles, air force, fighter jets, bombers, drones, navy, aircraft carriers, nuclear submarines, technology and cyber defense, missile systems, radars, digital warfare, logistics, ability to deploy troops worldwide, 10%, nuclear weapons, quantity and delivery systems, and finally, training and doctrine, soldier quality, 5%. This isn't a propaganda ranking, it's a snapshot of the balance of power in 2025, and a few surprises are coming. In 10th place, Turkey. With 355,000 active soldiers and one of the world's most innovative drone programs, Turkey is an emerging regional power. Its Bayraktar drones have transformed warfare in Ukraine, Libya, and Nagorno-Karabakh. Yet technological limitations and diplomatic tensions are holding back its advancement. An efficient military, but still regional, and a few surprises are yet to come. 9th, South Korea. An army of 500,000 troops with one of the most rigorous trainings in the world, cutting-edge technology, KF-21 fighter jets, Hyunmo missiles, and advanced missile defense systems. But its military strength is focused on a single threat, North Korea. Excellent defense, but limited power projection. 8th, Japan. Historically defensive, but in 2025, it's becoming an offensive power. New warships, long-range missiles, and for the first time since 1945, a plan to strike enemy bases. With the Chinese threat in the Taiwan Strait, Japan is rearming and ready. In 7th, France. Small population, but one of the most active military forces in the world, possesses nuclear weapons, an aircraft carrier, the Charles de Gaulle, and intervenes in Africa, the Middle East, and the Indian Ocean. High technology, well-trained soldiers, but lacks scale. France is NATO's elite but doesn't have the weight of the giants. 6th, the United Kingdom. 2 aircraft carriers, nuclear submarines armed with Trident missiles, and one of the world's best special forces. But budget cuts and Brexit have weakened its global reach. It remains a nuclear power with influence, but increasingly dependent on the United States. 5th, Russia. One of the largest nuclear arsenals in the world, thousands of tanks, hypersonic missiles, and a brutal military doctrine. But the war in Ukraine has exposed its weaknesses: poor logistics, corruption, and heavy equipment losses. Russia remains dangerous, but its conventional army will never be the same again. In 4th, China. The fastest rising military in history. 2 million soldiers, the largest navy in the world, boasting more ships than the United States. Advancements in drones, space warfare, and missiles capable of targeting aircraft carriers. But it still lacks experience in real combat. And its greatest challenge, projecting power beyond its borders, especially in the Taiwan Strait. 3rd, India. The largest active military in the world. 1.4 million soldiers, own nuclear program, modern air force, and partnerships with the US, France, and Israel. But it faces logistical challenges, corruption, and a deadly rivalry with China in the Himalayas. India is an emerging power. 2nd, the United States. The most technologically advanced military in history. 11 nuclear-powered aircraft carriers, Air Force equipped with F-35-7, B-21 and MQ-9 drones, capability to project force anywhere on the planet within 72 hours, cutting-edge intelligence, powerful cyber command. But massive budgets, bureaucracy, and endless wars have eroded its moral authority. It remains the gold standard, but it's no longer alone at the top. Yes. Once again in 2025, the United States, not by numbers, not by propaganda, but by actual combat capability, technology, global logistics, and nuclear deterrence. No other country can operate on 6 continents simultaneously. No other has military bases in 80 countries. No other can disable an enemy's power grid with a single click. The US remains the undisputed military superpower, but for the first time in decades, the path to second place is getting shorter. This ranking reveals a world in transformation. China advances, Russia retreats. Mid-sized powers like Japan and South Korea are rearming. But remember, military power is not the same as strategic wisdom. Hitler had the most powerful army in Europe in 1940, and he still lost. True strength lies in doctrine, in leadership, and in the wisdom to know when not to use force. Because in the end, the greatest victory isn't winning a war, it's preventing one from starting. If you enjoyed this ranking, subscribe for the next special What Would Happen If World War III Started Tomorrow. Leave your comment. Do you agree with the ranking? Which army did we underestimate? And more importantly, what would the world do if China invaded Taiwan tomorrow? I'm Ethan Cross, and here at Battlefield, we don't glorify war, we understand it, so that one day it won't be inevitable. The greatest victory isn't winning a war, it's preventing one from starting.